It started as a routine day on my Ranch Lake cabin office, just me handling paperwork and checking emails by the dock. Life was peaceful, the kind of calm that comes from knowing your property is fully under your control. Little did I know the HOA had a different plan in mind. Without warning, a flurry of phone calls and notifications landed on my desk. They were claiming authority over my office, insisting I couldn't legally operate there. Their letters were full of empty threats and bureaucratic jargon, citing rules that didn't apply to me. I laughed at first, thinking they must have confused me with someone else. I double-checked my deeds, my lease agreements, and every legal document related to the property. Sure enough, every single piece of paper confirmed the same thing. I owned the entire complex, from the lakefront to the cabins, office, and even the docks. Their claims were legally worthless, but I decided to play along for a while, letting them dig themselves deeper into a mess they wouldn't survive. The HOA started sending letters demanding I cease operations and threatening fines. Soon, they escalated, calling the local sheriff and claiming I was trespassing on what they believed was their jurisdiction. When the deputies arrived, I calmly greeted them, showing them the deeds and legal documents proving my ownership. Their faces went from stern authority to disbelief as they realized that not only did I own the land, but I had full legal right to operate my office and maintain my lakefront property as I saw fit. Despite the proof, the HOA wasn't ready to back down. They attempted to mobilize a group of enforcers to block access to my office, posting signs and trying to intimidate anyone who came near. That's when I decided to make it crystal clear who was in charge. I had strategically installed security cameras and motion sensors throughout the property. Not because I expected trouble, but because a smart owner always prepares. Within hours, I had evidence of every single attempt they made to interfere, each move carefully documented for potential legal action. Next, I confronted them directly. I invited the HOA president to my office for a discussion, knowing she would walk into a room fully under my control. She arrived, flanked by her advisors, ready to lecture me about rules and regulations. I calmly laid out the facts. I owned the property, the HOA had no legal standing over the land, and their repeated attempts to interfere were now documented and actionable. I watched her turn pale as I explained the potential fines, lawsuits, and the possibility of her personal liability for any further harassment. The confrontation ended swiftly. Within days, the HOA sent formal apologies and ceased all attempts to assert authority over my property. Their legal threats evaporated, and their reputation within the community took a serious hit. People who had previously respected them as an organization were now questioning their competence, realizing that their so-called power was based on ignorance of the law rather than any legitimate authority. By the end of the week, life returned to normal on my Ranch Lake cabin office. I continued working by the water, managing my property, and enjoying the tranquility that comes with complete control over your land. The HOA, meanwhile, became a cautionary tale, a reminder to anyone who thought they could wield authority without understanding the law. They had challenged me, underestimated my resources, and learned the hard way that my ownership was absolute. This incident reinforced a vital lesson. Knowledge and preparation are as powerful as any legal document. While the HOA had tried to intimidate and control, I had relied on the certainty of my ownership, my documentation, and careful strategy. In the end, authority was never about threats or intimidation. It was about understanding your rights and defending them decisively. The lake, the office, and the property remained mine, undisturbed, as the HOA faded into irrelevance.